Levi Jones-Leary, the Xanadu god, whatever the fuck that means. Anywho, and the man of the gi decides, hey, I'm going to play my cards in no-gi. And I tell you what, we get a beautiful rendition of the K-guard. I like to call it the K-hole because you put people in this position and they have an out-of-body experience and don't know what the hell is going on, all right? I mean, look at him against Joseph Chin. He freaking teleports to the back. So let's go ahead and break down his K-hole specialty. The first thing I'd like to mention is that this K-guard is very popular amongst gi-heavy players who have transitioned to no-gi. For instance, Tommy Lanelacker plays this guard really well. This K-guard into the back take, into the matrix back take. I believe they call this position, this initial K-guard position, the keymaster position before they get the underhook scoop grip, because this plays really nicely with the De La Riva guard, okay? And gi De La Riva guard is fantastic because you have upper body grips such as the collar, such as the sleeve to control your opponent with and get into those berimbolo games, which Levi loved to do in the gi. So this, however, doesn't really transition nicely into no-gi because you don't have the grip of the collar nor the sleeve in order to get into berimbolos or really have good control of your opponent. But somehow he's able to manage to get into the K-guard and maintain good connection with this De La Riva hook. And he transitions really nicely into the waiter, and I believe it's because he's able to play off the K-guard into the De La Riva to off balance and still be able to do a little bit of berimboloing in no-gi. Another point I would like to mention is that this guard requires keeping your feet kind of towards the outside. And so when you allow your feet to the outside and the top guy to have inside position, this leaves you susceptible for leg locks, for the top guy to drop back on some leg locks. So you got to mind your freaking P's and Q's. And it's a ballsy play. It's a Chadley play to play with your feet on the outside like this, because guys will throw up and rip ankle locks, as we saw at CJI when Levi was playing this guard. The Ruotolos aren't afraid to crank down that like Soldier Boy and really try to do an Estima or something like that in order to counter his keeping his feet on the outside. But it's also really frustrating because you can't get any side-to-side movement as the passer, okay? This limits their movement and keeps them in front of you. So if you got a squirrely guy, this is an excellent guard to play in order to keep him in front. You just got to mind your P's and Q's and make sure they don't drop back on a foot. One way Levi enters into the K-guard is from open guard, all right? He gets the mercy grips and he slides in to K-guard, and he usually sets us up by going De La Riva to one side, and then going K-guard on the other side. So they expect him to go De La Riva, boom, he switches to the other side, goes K-guard off of that mercy grip. Levi also sets it up by going into the closed guard, the classic K-guard entry, probably how you first learn K-guard. Closed guard, guy stands up, boom, go into K-guard. So this is just a classic entry that he utilizes as well. Now let's go over his follow-up attacks. Okay, typically most guys attack 50-50 or backside 50-50 from the K-guard, but Levi likes to usually come up and wrestle up to the back. He'll attack backside 50-50 or regular 50-50, the guy turns out, but typically he would prefer just coming up and getting the back control. It just kind of depends on the rule set, I suppose. At CJI, we saw him going for the heel hook finishes, but in ADCC rules, he was more so looking for the back and looking for the rear naked choke finishes. So I guess it just kind of depends on the rule set or his opponent in which he decides to either attack the backside 50-50 or 50-50 position or come up and try to take the back. So there's two ways you can take the back off of K-guard. One is when you get your secondary leg around to the backside, it can feed it through for the calf slicer finish type deal and climb up the back. Or if they grab your secondary leg and you're having a hard time getting around, you can take their leg, the one you're attacking K-guard with, pull it around and through like Levi did against Joseph Chin. Watching Levi's K-guard is a thing of beauty. I get in a little bit of a K-hole my damn self when I watch it. But we haven't seen Levi compete very recently. His last performance was CJI 1. So look forward to seeing him back on the mats. Not sure what his plan is, whether he's going to continue to do the no-gi route or do the gi route. I would assume it'd be no-gi since he's been training with Lachlan Giles and they've been shooting content together. And I'm assuming he'd be trying to make a run for the next ADCC cycle since he did do trials before CJI. So that would only make the most logical sense. Although looking forward to see him compete at 77 kilograms, and I hope he does. Chads, I hope you liked the video. Please be sure to like it and subscribe, and I'll see you for the next breakdown. Peace.